Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest YouTubers and probably one of your personal favorites, MrBeast. For some reason, people on Twitter and all over social media have been trying to cancel MrBeast for whatever reason lately, and I really don't understand how people could hate on MrBeast. He's literally one of the nicest YouTubers, at least that's what it seems to be, because that's the image he's putting up, as he avoids all drama, does amazing charity work, and is always pushing the boundaries of what good and revolutionary YouTube content should be classified as, and why anyone would ever want to hate him or even try to dig up his past in an attempt to cancel him is beyond me. Now, this is a situation that occurred over on the social media app Clubhouse. If you guys don't know what it is, it's basically a live audio chatting app where you just talk about whatever you want, and you can invite like a whole group of people. And this app is not available to the general public like you and me yet, as it is currently invite only, meaning you would need to know somebody that is already invited to get into the club. And Clubhouse has been blowing up for the past several months, and I can see it growing to be one of the biggest social media platforms, as there are already several big name celebrities already on the app, like Kevin Hart, Elon Musk, 21 Savage, Meek Mill, the Robinhood CEO, and soon to be maybe even Vladimir Putin. So it's a pretty exclusive club with a very big demographic, but this altercation was between MrBeast and a fellow participant, Farouk Samad? Farouk Sarmad, who was in the chat room that MrBeast was hosting, and some very career damaging and serious accusations were thrown at MrBeast, with Farouk calling MrBeast a racist for kicking him out of the room. And after getting kicked out of his call, Farouk took it to Twitter to air out his frustrations. Quote, "MrBeast just threw me out of his stage on Clubhouse after bringing me up saying, 'I can't spell your name, so let me yote you out.'" Now, when I first saw this on Twitter, I was pretty shocked because this didn't seem like something that MrBeast would do, right? But I was also pretty skeptical because you shouldn't always take everything on the internet at face value, right? And luckily, one guy came with receipts on what actually happened in that chat room. So here's what actually happened.
Really interesting.
So
All
I
right.
thought
Well,
it was
so Colin,
indicating that you had something to say.
yeah, I'm gonna yote you, Colin. Thank you for coming up. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. I'm gonna yote you as well. Cool.
Yeah, after watching that, I honestly didn't see anything wrong with what MrBeast did. Like, dude, he didn't kick you out of the room because he didn't like your name, or because you were Middle Eastern, or wherever you're from. He kicked you out because you were at the bottom of the list. If you were in the middle of the pack, he wouldn't have touched you. And the reason why he stated he was really bad at names was because he didn't even know how to pronounce your name, and probably didn't want to offend you, especially now with how politically correct you have to be. And this guy Farouk is making it out like MrBeast directly kicked him out because MrBeast didn't like his name, which is what I thought happened at first. And this guy Farouk has the audacity to say this, quote, "He asked the audience to put photos of ourselves with Gary Vee, so I did. He invited me on a stage filled with white dudes only, skipped me twice, then came back to me and just cut me to say that. I didn't even place a word in. This isn't a case of cancel culture, this is racism. Blatant racism. I'm disgusted and I feel shocked, to be honest." He was on my stage for a whole hour the other night too, shaking my head. Alright, first of all, you're a goddamn hypocrite for saying that this isn't a case of cancel culture, because you're literally trying to cancel MrBeast by putting out this hit piece on him, when you and everyone else in that chat room knows what actually went down. No, this is not racism. In fact, it's honestly equality, because in case Farouk didn't know, the other guy that MrBeast kicked out was white, and you don't see him complain about getting kicked. This guy just loves to play the victim card. And he tries to make the argument that MrBeast was in his chat room talking for a whole night the other night, but that's honestly your problem. Again, it's your chat room, not MrBeast's. You could have easily kicked him out of the room at any time you wanted, since you were the host. But since he's such a known figure on the internet, you probably kept him in there for content. And for him to blame MrBeast for not being able to talk is just laughable, because he himself said that there was at least 1,400 people in that chat room, And with that large amount of people in a Clubhouse chat room at a time, it's nearly impossible for every single person to be able to participate in the conversation. Like, what did you want MrBeast to do? He doesn't have all day to go around in a circle, asking and then stopping every single person for their opinions on what they're talking about. That would just be super unrealistic and take hours to complete even one topic. And it's not like just one guy came out of the woodworks to defend MrBeast either. It was quite a large amount of people. If only like 1 or 2 people came out to defend MrBeast, then the general public would probably be on your side. But when you have this many people against you, who are actually there, saying what actually happened, like bro, just take the L and move on. Dude, even when presented with so much evidence and the truth of what happened, this guy still refuses to back down and say that he's in the wrong or even address the evidence at all. What a disgusting human being for trying to tear down someone and make such slanderous claims like this. Because a good amount of people who knew nothing of the situation saw this and didn't even see the whole context behind it. And were even rallying behind Farouk because they thought MrBeast was an actual racist. Like dude, if I were MrBeast, I would sue this Farouk guy to the ground. Especially with all the fake news that he's trying to manufacture to slander MrBeast. I also did some research behind this guy, and he really comes off as a douchebag, but he apparently owns a super popular Instagram page called The Good Life, which has 1.7 million followers, and dude, come on, be honest with yourself. Are you really going to claim that you're oppressed when you're literally a millionaire? Like, there's just so much more important shit going on in the world, and for you to claim that as a millionaire you're oppressed is just so delusional. Also, how do you draw the conclusion that someone is racist from them saying, sorry, I'm bad with names? Like, this is such a clear clout chasing move, and it's sad that people are going to fall for it. And like, there's going to be zero repercussions for him doing this. He's not going to be held responsible for any of his actions, because in a few weeks or so, everyone's going to forget this and move on, which is super dangerous, because if there was no evidence, MrBeast's reputation could have been easily ruined, while Farouk would have just reaped the rewards of telling lies and spreading false information. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Just absolutely shameless this guy is. And if you enjoyed the content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys all for watching. Peace out.